And welcome! It's time for the Gran Turismo Online League Grassroots race. That's right, we're throwing our drivers back to their roots and going kart racing at Tsukuba Circuit. And as always, I'm joined by Rashad Metz here in the booth. Rashad Metz, how you doing?
I'm doing real good today, Miles. I'm super excited to see what these guys are going to do in these karts.
Oh, it's going to be a fun exhibition race. There is no points on the line today, so this one's just for fun. This is our second out of 3 exhibition races this season. So how do you think drivers are going to race this race? We have all these drivers, came from karts. So do you think this how's this race going to turn out?
Well, these drivers are going to really have to work with what they used to work with now. Instead of driving these heavier cars, they have to go back to their roots and drive these loose, quick little cars, these little karts now. So right now it's going to be trying to readjust and trying to regress that progress down and see if these guys can go back to their roots and see if they can retame what they've already tamed.
Of course, the Tsukuba circuit has never been on the GTO League circuit before. So how do you think these drivers have adjusted to learning a new racetrack that has never been here before?
So far, they've been adjusting really well. A lot of drivers have been putting a lot of laps down on this track for practice, even before this race and way early in the week. So especially drivers like Fenway. So he's been a driver that's been putting in a lot of times. He put over 200 laps in on this track alone with that kart. So he's put a lot of miles on his car, and he's put a lot of time on this track. So I expect to see him up in the front today.
And he surely has his rookie season fighting for the Rookie of the Year award. So look for him to be running up front. He's always been
also
very
a
strong.
place in the All-Star race.
Yeah, if you win this race and you haven't won before in the Touring Series or won a championship, then you will lock yourself into the All-Star race, which will now be on the Northern Iowa Speedway apron. So that's going to add a different dynamic to the race, a different circuit, but at the same track. It's going to be a really fun race, and if we're racing for real cash, so that's gonna be certain. It's gonna be an excitement. Anyways, let's get down to the Mets painting grid walk. We got a lot to get through. I'm gonna kick you off here. Starting on pole position, Javen Tucker starting up front in the number 99 go-kart. He was really fast during qualifying and during practice. Rashad Metz and Javen Tucker were drafting off of each other, which the draft in this package with these go-karts, it shows really strong pack in drafting like you would almost see at a Blue Moon. So they were drafting off each other during practice and qualifying, which got Javen Tucker a pole position. So look for him to be running up front and going for that exhibition race win today. He's winless so far this season. Did pick up a win last season at BB Raceway for a points race, but look for him to be looking for his first win of the Touring Series season this year.
Rolling off in P2, we have the 06 of Miles Johnson, putting it P2 today. Really not a guy you see on road courses shining, but he's getting better and better with each and every road course. So he's out here for another exhibition race. Another exhibition race we have was the Christmas race, and he managed to pick up the win there. Usually the running joke is Miles Johnson can win every race that's not for points. So right now Miles Johnson is going to try to put this 06 kart into victory lane today.
And rolling off P3 is the number 24 go-kart of Rashad Metz. Rashad Metz has been really good this season, pretty much dominating. He had a lot of problems last weekend in the points race, so hopefully they've gotten past those. He ended up DNFing out of both the Weekly Series race and the Touring Series race, which Miles Johnson ended up winning his first career Touring Series race. Anyways, Rashad Metz is looking to bounce back this weekend. He said he's got a strong kart here today, looking to stay out of trouble, especially at the end, because he thinks that this thing's going to get wild toward the end of it.
Rolling off next on the grid, we have the 42 of Fenway Slugger, a.k.a. Nick. One of those drivers that you see, he's been working his way up into the league, getting more and more experience, and learning how to drive around these drivers. So far, he's been putting the most time into this race today and this new setup and this new and the kart and everything. So I really expect to see him up front. He's a driver to look after for sure. He picked up a win in the Weekly Series, so we're just so super excited to see him in the series, and he's getting better and better each and every week. So today, I'm definitely going to keep my eyes on him.
And he is one of the drivers that will have to race their way into the All-Star race if he doesn't win this race or next weekend at Sarth. So look for that as well. Rolling off right behind him is Trevor Levine in that shiny red kart. Trevor Levine was decently fast throughout practice and qualifying. Didn't post a qualifying lap he wanted to. He already picked up a win earlier this season at Laguna Seca, but he's looking to get back into victory lane. It's been a couple races now. He did miss this past weekend at BB Raceway, so he's looking to get back up on his feet and gain. Actually, can't even gain some points. Sorry, this is an exhibition race, but he's looking to gain some confidence. And for the second half of the season, he's really strong at Sarth, which we're going for a throwback race next weekend. So look for him to be running toward the front.
Rolling off P last, we have Michael Shoemaker in that nice, smooth white and black livery he has on that kart today. He's probably the fastest part-timer that we have. Usually makes his starts on and off, but Michael Shoemaker is trying to make a start in the kart race. He says he loves karts. He loves going karting with his friends, and he has that real strong passion for karting. So I really do expect him to be a wild card like he usually is going into every race weekend he participates. So he may run in the back for a little bit, but certainly don't count him out towards the end of the race.
And that's it for your Mets Painting Grid Walk. 25 laps to decide the winner of this exhibition race here at the Tsukuba Circuit. It's sure to be a fun one. How aggressive do you think these drivers are going to be here, Rashad?
I feel like these drivers are going to have their foot to the floor right after the drop of the green flag. So I really expect these drivers to be mad aggressive, really, really aggressive, and I feel like they're going to all try to push for this win because they know nothing is on the line here. So they're going to really try to go for it.
And let's get this thing underway. 25 laps, the Gran Turismo Online League Grassroots race. And the lights are out. We're racing in the Grassroots race.
Those weed whackers are flying real quick into turn one. Javen Tucker gets a nice lead. Miles Johnson tries to go for second place, and he gets it. Oh, but a huge undercut. Who is that by Trevor Levine?
Trevor Levine can duck behind there. Ooh, look how loose they are.
A lot of sliding.
Side-by-side action here. Ooh, who's someone way off the track? Nick Collier went way off the track there in the number 42. Side by side for the lead now. Miles Johnson trying to make a little nudge there.
These cars are slick. The track's not slick. It's more of the tires with these cars. They're really loose. You want to try to maximize the grip of these cars. You want to try to initiate a four-wheel slide in order to carry as much speed through the corner. But the problem with these cars is that the steering wheels are so twitchy. You have to really be very focused and very smart with how you use that steering wheel.
Look at the run these drivers were able to carry throughout those final couple of turns and onto that first turn. So that first turn is a very important braking zone. You can easily overcook it going in there with all that speed and runs you can get built up throughout that flat-out last turn all the way down that front straightaway. Oh, way off the track goes Javen Tucker. He's able to get it back going, though. That's going to cost him a good amount of time, though. No caution yet.
New leader, Rashad Metz. It's a nice battle. Miles Johnson in second place. Another driver to look at is that the 06 of Miles Johnson, really quick in qualifying, and has also been really quick during the race so far. But look at him trying to go for a move on the inside of Rashad. Here comes Trevor Levine on the outside, 3 wide.
Oh, Johnson goes straight up the track and takes him into the sand pit.
He was dancing his way off the track as you saw the cockpit of that car. Miles Johnson was doing the Miles Johnson shuffle. Can we get a replay of that incident?
Let's see what happens here. Johnson has a good run, goes to the inside. Trevor Levine goes to the outside of everyone. Oops. And it looked like Johnson just did not turn it whatsoever and finished Trevor Levine off by plowing him into the wall.
Miles Johnson said, "Let's dance," and he just was dancing his way through the wreck.
Just didn't even try to turn at the beginning of the turn.
I think he assumed that it was a lot more grip in the corner than it actually was, and he just overcooked it.
It's an unfortunate break for Trevor Levine. He's looking from Trevor Levine, the helmet camera. He gets that good run down the straightaway. Goes to the outside of these two.
In the grass, passing the grass too.
Just right to the wall.
Did Trevor Levine cut his nose off and made him loose? Is that what happened? It kind of looked like.
I think Johnson more slid up the track there. You see, way to the outside and.
Not cut his nose off. My apologies, but
So an early racing incident here. Metz is your leader.
Multiple cars behind, third for position. We see Nito gripping that inside lane. Oh, gets loose, gets a little too much curb. The beautiful camera angle that was. The drones that we have set up on track. Excellent. Oh,
another car.
Shows you how difficult these cars are to drive. These drivers are so used to driving these heavy cars, and not used to driving these anymore, so they have to readjust.
And just look how small the slick tires are on these carts compared to, say, oh, Schubaga's in the lead. Oh, goes almost way off the track. But how small these tires are compared to our Group 3 counterparts that we race in the weekly series and the touring series. Just a lot less grip, a lot weight different. These things weigh way less, so it's really easy to upset these things.
That's the challenge, is that you have to try to balance, you have to try to find that balance between speed, because you have to, a lot of drivers, sometimes drivers like driving their cars loose and others don't like driving it loose, so with these carts, you have to learn how to drive a loose race car, because these guys are going to be slipping and they're going to be sliding, and you just have to make the best out of this bad situation, no matter what your driving style is. But somebody was backwards on track.
Nick Collier there in the number 42 for Metz Motorsport.
Let's see what happened.
Just got way too hot into the hairpin there. Ended up going around in the sand pit trying to get that thing back.
Around again. The torque on these carts.
Which, I mean, that's pretty much a byproduct of the package in these carts. We talk about the package over and over again, but that just shows how important the package is and how it creates different packages of racing here in the series.
Indeed, but as you see here, the thing about these little slick tires is like they offer grip, but it's not that much. It's like they rub WD Trevor on the tires before the beginning of the race. It offers a lot of lubrication. It seems like they slide all over the racetrack. So just trying to learn how to drive with these slicker tires.
Yeah, a lot of these drivers say they like to beanbag it through the corner, you know, really take care of their cars just to make sure that they're able to get a good launch off the turn onto the straightaways.
Trevor Levine tries to go for the lead, gets a crossover.
Four-car battle now. Look at that. Three-car battle for second place.
These four drivers really, really close together. Here's Trevor Levine trying to go for another run. Can he go around the outside? Rashad gives him a tap. Gets to the inside.
Metz is going to have a good run coming down this straightaway, though. You got a very... Look at the closing rate on these carts.
It's like he was standing still. Big run. You hear them beating the rev limiter. Nice line by all the drivers there. Not taking it too far. Not going too wide, but Nito gets it back in the grass.
A little loose there. See, I mean, look how fast these carts were going down the straightaway. You were going 105, and you were sometimes going 110 or 110 in the draft, which is way faster. So you got to kind of check up for that last turn because you don't want to run over the cart in front of you.
There goes Miles Johnson trying to find his way to the front of the pack. I told you not to count him out. He's one of those guys that's getting better and better on road courses, especially in these carts. He's trying to work his way to the front of the pack here. As Nito still remains in control of the field so far.
Which he finished second in the last exhibition race Miles Johnson did at the dirt race at Sardegna. So he's starting to warm up a little bit to these road courses in exhibition. Oh, Javen Tucker's going to go around.
What I was going to say is that Miles Johnson is fast in everything but what we race in the series. You know, he's fast in all the exhibition races, not the races.
See what happens here. If we can get a shot on Jaden Tucker. So Metz gets a really good run to the outside. just gave him a push on the wrong corner of the bumper, I believe, causing the 99 to go around.
Yeah, that closing rate is so fast. Sometimes you want to try to bump draft. You think it's a good idea, but the closing rate is just too great, and it just really gets the drivers loose in front of you. It really upsets the car.
That's going to be our first caution of the day, I believe. Miles Johnson is actually our leader, I believe, since Rashad Metz had some contact during that caution there. Miles Johnson coming off a win last week in the Touring Series, his first career Touring Series win. He's won 8 or 7 times in the Weekly Series, so he has a lot of momentum built up. He was really excited after that win at BB Raceway, so let's see how he can handle the rest of the season. Looks like he's warming up pretty well.
He is. He really fought really hard in that BB race, and he's finally paid off, you know, because Miles Johnson's been searching for that points win that he really needed to keep him in the hunt for the championship, and he got it done. So Miles Johnson always comes in clutch, especially on tracks that he loves to race at. That Mustang was unbelievably fast that last race at BB.
Yeah, this exact time of the season, last season, Miles Johnson was 95 points off of the leader in 4th or 5th place. Now he's only 20 points back, so he can still definitely contend for a championship if he cleans up his road courses a little bit coming in the rest of the Touring Series season. And he is leading the points in the Weekly Series as well with the 1 win on the season. So he's looking very competitive this far.
It's getting intense. It's a lot of races, a lot of tracks that I feel like would really fit Miles Johnson's. It will fit Miles Johnson's racing style, especially at Blue Moon. If he can stay in contention all the way up to Blue Moon, the finale, I think he might be able to get it done there because that's one of his best tracks. Also, short tracks. He loves racing those short tracks. So I really feel like Miyabi, for example, that's a nice small tight track. I feel like he would definitely be a threat to win there as well if he could be smart with it. A lot of shuffling for position so far. Right after that restart, Rashad Metz trying to go for the lead on Miles Johnson, gets it done. Can he complete it? Nito wants some too.
Oh, I believe Johnson went around. See what happened here.
These carts are real loose. A lot of bumper banging. Miles Johnson got shuffled out.
Tries to go to the inside.
On the curb.
Way too much curb there. That's one thing about these cars on this track. With those very small tires, it's so easy to curb hop it and very easy to get loose and spin the tires after hitting those curbs. I'm going to stay green flag racing here, I believe.
Oh, shoot. Michael Shoemaker, I think, just hit the wall back there.
Well, let's take another look at it then. Coming to the hairpin. Yeah, just got on the power a little bit too hard coming off the corner. That's the point of the turn where these carts are very light coming off the turn, so it's really easy to spin those tires coming off the turn.
Especially with that elevation change, it makes it really complicated, a lot more complex than it looks. Want to try to get as close to that inside as you want to, but he got loose, get on the power a little too hard. I think he grabbed second gear trying to get more of a run down the straightaway.
He's been doing really competitive this race, so hopefully he'll be able to get back into the mix. Oh, Trevor Levine just sails off the final turn.
Off the track.
Doing a little agricultural racing.
He wanted to be a tractor.
So just hit some of that forehead grease in that turn and just slid right off the track. Yep. No grip there. He's able to keep it going straight though in the grass, so excellent job of him by salvaging what he could out of the situation.
I'm glad he bounced off that wall. That wall is very hard. The outside wall is very hard. It's not soft like a beanbag. It's very hard like a rock, and he bounced off of it and managed to save the car. So
look at this battle for the lead here. Ooh, Javen Tucker got really loose. What a save by him.
Javen Tucker goes karting in real life, so he has a lot of experience behind the wheels of one of these machines, and so far he is really showing his skills. He's out front right now, been in control of the race for majority of the race so far, has led a led a good number of laps. Him and Rashad were battling really, really hard during practice and qualifying, just trying to feel out where can you fight, where can you, where should you back off, where can you get your runs, and where can you pass. So these two drivers really know how to race around here. A lot. Oh,
Metz goes
wow!
hard into the wall. Big crash in the final turn. See what happened here.
Tries to go to the inside, gets it cleared.
So I think he got loose a little bit off of Javen's front end and
nope, it looks like he hit the
flipped the curb as well.
The curb. He got that car back going. I'm glad he didn't get it stuck in the sand pit, but just trying to have a smooth line through the corner. You wanted to keep that wheel as smooth as possible, stay as close to that white line, but he took too much of it.
To be that, see how hard the impact with that curb just tossed the wheel right out of his hands. Totally lost control. That was a massive hit. Just glad to see he's able to get that one back going. Javen
Glad he didn't get stuck in the sand pit, but
I think
we're gonna.
Or not winner.
Your leader.
Leader.
So you're gonna rack up the field again under caution.
Rashad Metz has pretty much been dominating this Touring Series season. He's won 2 points races, and already, actually, I believe he's won 3. No, he's won 2, and he won 1 exhibition race at the dirt race. Do you think anyone's gonna be able to contend with him for the championship title? I mean, he's got a 15-point lead as of right now. Trevor Levine is right behind him, as well as Javen Tucker. And how do you think? You think Rashad Metz will be able to keep this up for the rest of the season?
Javen Tucker, Miles Johnson, Trevor Levine. These 3 people will always be in the back of Rashad's mind every week that we race. Just these drivers are all good in their own respective places, and trying to beat these drivers. Rashad is a very good balanced driver. Trevor Levine's good just about anywhere you put him except for ovals, so that gives him Rashad an advantage there. But on these other places, all these guys specialize in certain aspects of racing. So if these guys can finish consistently and finish ahead of Rashad, I feel like they could all work together and cut down that points gap. So if Rashad has to really stay on his toes in order to do anything good. But here goes the restart. Rashad trying to go to the inside.
Whoa, 3-4 wide almost there, second.
Back up to second place already after the spin. Now he's going to try to run down Javen Tucker as they're all reaching for that gear shifter, that gear lever. Side by side, Rashad hugging that inside lane.
There. Little tap side by side. Now nose to tail once again. These two are going to go at it again. They've been way off the track.
Way saves
off.
Johnson around.
Johnson, I believe, got connected in that. Let's see what happened here.
Collected. I think Miles Johnson was trying to avoid, and he overcorrected the car, trying to avoid
from the onboard
Fenway
camera
Slugger.
With Miles Johnson, there goes Nick Collier in front of him, gets off the track. Tried to avoid him. Boy, was that close. If he would have been able to keep it going straight. It's really easy to overcorrect on these things. Woo!
Look at him. Oh, snaps it into the wall.
He almost had it saved there for a second. Looking back from Nick Collier in the 42, gets in the grass, right across the nose of Johnson. Just an unfortunate racing incident.
Good recovery there.
Very talented drivers, very talented rookie in Nick Collier here in the 42. Excited to see what he can do in this league in the future as we transition into Gran Turismo 7.
He has a lot of potential.
We're still side by side for the lead here. 3 wide battling for the lead. Tucker has the biggest run.
Back out. Rashad usually doesn't back out of corners. He likes to race hard all the time. He's going to try to get a run on Javen Tucker. Goes to the inside.
Nudge. The bump and run actually does work quite well in these karts, so we may see these drivers using that to their disposal.
Just battling hard with Javen Tucker here. Trevor Levine just, I don't know if he's sitting back behind or if he's waiting for his moment to strike it. He does.
Metz gets a good run off the high side, though. Here he goes back down to the inside, side by side for the lead. Well,
Javen Tucker to the inside, 3 wide. Look, you better navigate it. Oh, man.
That's really easy to wreck when you're side by side going through that final turn. The amount of speed that you're carrying through those 2 turns. Oh, whips it to the inside.
Again. Shot went off into the grass a little bit there. Maintains the hold. What a move. Where did he get that run? Huge run.
He backed up in the middle of the corner and got on the gas way earlier than any of those other drivers did. As we see. Whoa!
We'll try to do a crossover.
What a save, though. The second pack back here, led by Miles Johnson, starting to catch back up to the leaders after the incident that took place a while back. 3-car battle for the lead here. Just about halfway through this thing. When do you think the intensity is going to start ramping up in this thing?
I don't know if the intensity can ramp up any more than it already is. There's still a lot to think about so far through this race. We have a 3-car pack out front. They're all racing hard. Charlie Vaughn, big slide, saves it.
What a save! Let's get another look at that. Has the lead going on the turn.
Let's get an onboard. Jack that right front up, and he split the corner. That's where that background comes from. Trevor Levine likes to drift. He does a lot of drifting in his free time, and that's where it's going to come in handy. A lot of dirt racing, a lot of drifting, and he managed to collect the car.
That's going to allow that second pack to catch up as you see Johnson slipping past now into the 3rd spot.
See, that's what I was going to talk about. I was going to hit on that point. It's a lot to think about so far. Either these 2 drivers in front are going to continue to battle, or they're going to try to work together and stay in front of this pack. But if they continue to battle like this, those 4 cars behind them are going to catch up, and then it's going to be more than just a one-on-one fight.
Well, side by side, still bumping and banging for the lead here. Johnson's starting to close in with Michael Shoemaker close behind.
On the brakes. Into this is very tricky. You want to try to hold your line as well as possible to get the smoothest exit off the corner. And Javen Tucker is just a master of that top lane in that final corner just now.
Huge. Got a little loose there.
Trying to get around Javen Tucker. That's some contact, but Javen Tucker gets a nice run out. The Rashad washes up the track a little bit. Miles Johnson
way off the track
goes to the lead.
Nick Collier. Will Johnson be able to hold him off on the bottom? No. Tucker gets a good run out of the corner. Woo-hoo!
Rashad moves him up a little bit after some contact.
Let's see what happened here. Johnson on the inside of the corner washes up a little bit. Metz tried to go for the cutback. Little nudge there on corner exit. Johnson overcorrects and goes right into the wall.
See here, just racing incident, bumping and banging, racing hard there. Everybody's battling for position. Rashad trying to move him up off the bottom lane so he can get underneath, but got a little contact with his right rear tire. Rashad's really going for it this race, using that front bumper a lot actually. Looks like a brake lock up there by Nick Collier.
Which these carts are so easy to overcorrect. Just if they're very twitchy in the steering, so it's really easy. Once you get a little loose to try to turn it back, it will turn very quickly. And if it's light on the tires, it'll turn around on you in a second.
But did you just see what Javen Tucker did in the corner, and in that corner before this one? He went on the outside lane, did a 4-wheel slide, and got a huge run off the top lane. So he knows how to make that outside lane work.
Whoa, we got a big wreck.
Wow. Huge wreck behind.
Cloud of dust behind. Nick Collier hard into the wall at the final turn. See what happened. Here comes Michael Shoemaker. Oh, he got into the curb.
Catches many drivers.
Here's on the onboard camera, the helmet camera, since have nowhere else to put an onboard camera, really.
Really gets into that corner.
That
Flips
curve.
that curb.
Just bam. That curve will easily get you.
Upsetting.
Are we going to get a caution here? I believe we do, actually. 16 out of 25 laps completed. Going to bunch the field back up.
Shots to get that position back to Trevor Levine. They're having some mid-race banter between the three guys.
I mean, outside of the league, all these guys are really good friends. They talk a lot, play a lot, race a lot outside of the league, so it's always some fun competition between these guys.
There may be a lot of rage, a lot of bad blood, a lot of argument, and a lot of going after each other, but that's just a part of racing, you know. Everybody gets on each other's case. Sometimes people make mistakes. Some people make dumb mistakes. So just all a part of the racing deal. So these drivers still may leave or finish a race angry at each other, but they will definitely, most certainly, leave the track still being best friends. So it's great, wholesome experience in the league. As they come around the corner for a restart, see Michael Shoemaker's moved his way up to P4. Still another driver to watch as they go green. Rashad gets a nice run to the inside. He's going to be able to hold it and go for the lead right now.
Gets on the brakes. Really good run out of the outside, but gets loose off of exit. Side by side. Ooh, into the grass goes Nick Collier. Able to keep it going, though.
Rashad's really trying to work the outside lane here. Can he make it work? Trevor Levine gets up in front of him. Rashad tries to go for the cutback. Couldn't quite get it done. On each other's bumpers right now. Miles Johnson's chilling in 4th position.
I think, a little nudge there. I think Johnson starting to play it a little safe there. As you'll see coming down the straightaway, he'll start to back out of some moves that he could be making.
Oh!
Got to be careful lining up them bump drafts. The bumps on the straightaway could easily turn out badly with the speed that these cars are carrying.
There's so much speed that the way the draft works, the way our package is, the closing rate is just really fast.
Almost another massive crash there.
Look how close these drivers are, under a blanket. Not even a blanket. You could put these drivers under a napkin and they'll still be close.
I'm sure Trevor Levine could use a napkin to wipe off his forehead. He's surely working hard this race to keep that car toward the front.
The stewards told us he had to keep a mandatory towel in his car with him, or so he can wipe his forehead, because it will make the track slick if it gets on the track. So they have to make sure they keep an eye on that and monitor that throughout the whole race. Don't want to compromise the racing conditions.
Whoa! Almost another wreck there. Johnson got, whoa, there goes Tucker, whipping it way down to the inside.
Making his way back to the front once again. Lap 19 out of 25 so far. Oh, Trevor Levine goes to the grass.
Met's out front. Gets a little nudge from Tucker, though. This is some great racing to watch here.
Trevor goes for the crossover. Can he get it done? Here comes Javen Tucker as well. Almost 3 wide right now. Shaw's going to try to use all of that outside lane to get a nice run if he can. I think he does get it. Huge run so far. Block, it's blocked. Again. Miles Johnson to the inside. 3 wide almost. Miles Johnson still trying to get to the inside. Gets in the draft.
Oh, 3 abreast into the first turn.
See these engines really whining as they're slamming the gears down going into turn 1.
Ooh, a little bump there through the S's. Ooh, Tucker's really loose.
Oh! Off the track goes Javen Tucker.
Met's able to keep it going,
Recovers. Trevor Levine gets the lead, what I think is the first time he's gained the lead this race.
Johnson right behind him trying to make a pass. Metz goes way out wide of that turn.
Trevor Levine is the quiet type in the cockpit. Doesn't really make too much noise. Just runs his race real quiet. But He's going to try to do
Johnson
something.
in the lead. Oh, he
Oh!
gets way
Miles Johnson!
hard into the wall.
What happened there?
So you're Johnson making a pass for the lead. Tucker right behind him trying to make a move on the inside. I guess
Contact.
made some contact going into the turn.
Really hard hit there. I think we need to replace these outside barriers with some beam bags so we can get a softer contact.
Did Tucker come up a little bit or did Johnson go down?
I can't really tell. Let's see. I think they're both going for the same piece of real estate. It looked like he kind of slid up out of the groove. He didn't lift going into the corner.
But you really
He kind of got into him.
You really got to watch that going to that turn. Take one more look at it from the in-car camera of Javen Tucker.
Yeah, he didn't want to lift. Kind of just ran through him.
Which is very difficult to tell. Just the speeds as you're carrying through that final turn.
I think another caution has been called.
Lap 21
After
out
that
of 25. 5 more laps to go. Things are surely going to start to heat up here. I believe Tucker may be your leader now.
Javen Tucker has pulled a master class today, really showing how his real life experience can transfer over into the video game world. So this is incredible to see. Each and every day we go through society, we through time we see the how great these game developers are at touching at connecting reality to the video game world and offering a very good piece of simulation that everybody can participate in at home, even if they can't afford to go racing in real life. So
just the different stories of where these drivers come from. You figure Javen Tucker races in that rental car league, like you were saying. Rashad Metz dreamed to be in a race car driver his entire life. Is on a late model pit crew. Miles Johnson's on the same late model pit crew as well as Rashad Metz. So they're having fun racing up the short tracks around the south and east. Fenway Slugger done some racing at Bristol, and just a lot of different stories here. It's always fun to see these drivers come together, and they always put on a show.
But they're about to go green. I don't think there's going to be any more cautions to the end of the race, but here we go. I think it's go time, Miles. They're going green. Miles Johnson tries to go to the inside.
You have a good
trying
push
to pick up a couple positions
there.
Miles Johnson gets to the inside.
Three
wide.
coming out of the corner. Oh, Johnson gets into the wall.
Incredible racing so far.
Ooh,
Javen Tucker still getting sideways. So far, this top three haven't made any major mistakes, which is incredible. Well, except for Trevor Levine. He's slipping on his own forehead grease, so he's having to battle that. So he has that counter going on.
Oh, here goes Metz to the inside of Tucker.
Trevor Levine giving you don't need a push.
Up. So Rashad, where do you want to be? Where do you want to be at coming to that final turn? Do you want to be in second place, where you can try to get a run on the leader, or do you want to be leading that pack and trying to control it and try to throw a block? Because you could very well mess up the turn yourself, throw a bad block, or you could get a good run from second place. Where do you want to be?
Personally, in my experience, I would like to be in first place. You can block, but the thing about blocking, the closing rate so fast that it will definitely, most certainly, spin you out. Sometimes if you get too much contact, Rashad goes way out in the grass.
We got two cars in the grass.
But at the same time, second place is a real nice place to be if you can make that move as good as you possibly can.
Side by side again, a little side draft there. Going down the straightaway. Racing hard. Metz moved back up to third. Johnson's right behind him now. There goes Tucker.
These drivers really have to play it smart coming down to the final laps of this race. As you see, Javen Tucker is in the lead as of right now, followed by Trevor Levine and followed by Rashad Metz. But Rashad Metz trying to go around the outside, can't quite get it done. They're on lap 24 out of 25.
These drivers are really feeling the urgency now. It's go time for all these drivers. Ooh, Metz goes way off the track yet again. Able to keep it going straight though. There goes Johnson past.
But does Metz have enough time to get back towards the front right now? Is he going to work with Miles Johnson? They only have coming to one lap to go.
It's go time for these drivers. What will they do to win this race? Only one car. Ooh, Johnson gets a push. Tucker's going to lead us. Here we come to the white flag. One more lap to go. Ooh,
one more lap to go. Rashad in the inside wall. Can he recover? But Javen Tucker takes the white flag, trying to get around the track.
Johnson now in second. Will he be able to go for back-to-back wins after winning BB Ray last week? Here comes Trevor Levine.
Trevor Levine's trying to work his way around Miles Johnson. As you see, Rashad Metz is trying to find his way back towards the front. Javen Tucker is still in control of the field in dominating fashion so far this race. Incredible racing from the drop of the green flag. So as we come around the final section of the corners, four-car battle for the lead.
Look for Metz in them. They're going to get a good run coming on the leaders. He gives Johnson a push to the inside.
Uh-oh. 3 wide going into the corner. Trevor Levine goes 3 wide.
Javen Tucker off the final turn. They wreck behind him. Javen Tucker wins the Grassroots race, and they wreck big in the final turn.
What an incredible race so far. We see Javen Tucker pick up a win today. Incredible rashing. Rashad Metz and Trevor Levine made contact at the end of the race after some
let's see what happened with this. See, Rashad Metz gets a good run on Johnson, tries to push Johnson. Trevor Levine goes way to the inside, and I believe got into that apron and got right up in the Metz and spun him out, unfortunately. It was a tough break. Let's look from the in-car camera of Miles Johnson, who was right behind us when it happened.
Gets a huge run. Rashad goes on the outside trying to get in the draft. He had a good position. Trevor gets loose and just cleans him out.
Tough race for these drivers.
Not the way Rashad would have liked to end this race, but hard racing since the drop of the green flag. Everybody's going for every little bit of position they can. Wouldn't say that's the smartest move in the world to make, but we're all going for win this race. So congratulations to Yito Nito.
Congratulations, Javen Tucker, winning the exhibition race. What an excellent race here tonight. Miles Johnson picking up a second place finish at a road course, so congratulations to him. A lot of fun races, or a lot of fun racing here tonight that unfolded. It's just another great race and a great exhibition race.
Incredible race. So you see Javen Tucker picked up a win. This is, I think, his first win of the season. So that's going to be a good way to kick off the second half of the season. So hopefully Javen Tucker is a guy to watch in the next coming races. Hopefully he can get some more points and gain some time on those, gain some points on those guys in the championship hunt right now. So I'm really excited to see where the second half of the season goes. So what do you have to say about that, Miles?
Oh, it's going to be fun. We got the throwback race at Sarth coming up next. Then we got some new tracks. We got Miyabi and Brands Hatch Indy Circuit, which is going to be a fun one as well. And so these drivers are going to have to learn some new tracks. We got Sarth, the throwback race, and then it all ends at Blue Moon, which is a wild card race in itself. It's a crazy racetrack. So it's going to be a fun one. Of course, we got the All-Star race coming up as well. We got a lot of drivers that are locked into that race already, but you either need to win a Touring Series race to get locked in or win a championships in any of our the League's racing series. So that's going to be a fun one to see these drivers racing for some cash. Only the winner goes home with the prize, so that's going to be fun to watch, but it's going to be a fun rest of the season.
I'm really excited, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what this second half of the season brings for all these drivers, and maybe, who knows, maybe a shift in momentum is going to happen, and we're going to see a lot, some different winners, and maybe some people regress in the field and in the points. So I'm super excited.
And thank you for watching. We will see you next race at the throwback race at Sarth for the Touring Series. Of course, the weekly series will return soon as well. But thank you for watching, and thank you for joining me as always, Rashad Metz. It was a fun race to watch. Y'all have a great one, and we will see you next time.